Hello there, Southgate Music here. Today I am going to do a very beginner's guitar lesson all about different types of guitar, all the different parts of a guitar, so that you can have the vocabulary and knowledge to understand future guitar lessons. So the first thing to know, there are two main types of guitar: your acoustic guitar and your electric guitar. So the acoustic guitar is designed to be played without any form of electronic amplification. So you can take an acoustic guitar, play it in the street. You don't need an amplifier or a power source of any kind. Some acoustic guitars are designed so that you have the option to be able to plug them in, but the main difference between an acoustic and an electric guitar is the fact that they are built and designed so that you can play them at a decent volume without an amplifier. So the electric guitar, on the other hand, is designed to be played with an amplifier. So as you can hear, if I strum it now, it is a lot quieter than the acoustic guitar was. So although you can practice and play an electric guitar like this, it is intended to be used with an amplifier. So in terms of the pros and cons of acoustic versus electric guitars, you need an amplifier to be able to perform with them. So it's an extra expenditure on top of the expenditure of the guitar, but in doing so, you get that rock sound which is desirable to most guitarists, and you also have the ability to manipulate the sound of the instrument using effects pedals. The acoustic guitar is an instrument that you're able to take anywhere with you, so you can play it around the campfire, you can entertain your friends with it, but if you're after sounding like Jimi Hendrix, you're simply not going to be able to do it with an acoustic guitar. So in terms of which one you should choose, you should always go for the one that inspires you to play. The type of music you listen to involves electric guitars, and that's what makes you want to play, then get an electric guitar. If the type of music that you're into is folky, acoustic, singer-songwriter type stuff, then get an acoustic guitar. So despite what I said about an electric guitar needing an amplifier, nowadays you can buy bundles which give you an electric guitar, a lead and an amplifier, and the price is not going to be that much different from an acoustic guitar on itself. So price is not an issue. Choose what inspires you to play. Okay, so now we get to explain the different parts of the guitar. Now the guitar has two main parts. The body, which is the big part here, and the neck, which is the skinny part here. And those are the same on any guitar. Any guitar is going to have a body and a neck. The things that you strum in order to make a sound are the strings. The strings are held in place on the body at what's called the bridge. On an acoustic guitar, they're held in by what's called bridge pins. So this part here is the bridge, and at the other end, on this, which is called the headstock, these strings are held in by what's called the machine heads or tuners, and they are wrapped around with a mechanism that allows you to tighten the strings and loosen them. So you turn these tuning pegs and it changes the pitch of the string. So along here you have what is called the nut. Now this is made of different materials on different guitars, but they always have one on the neck where the strings pass through slots on a bit of plastic, or sometimes it's made of synthetic bone or all sorts of different material. You'll have what's called a nut where the strings pass through before they get to the headstock and the tuners. Now on the neck you have the fingerboard, or sometimes called the fretboard, and this is where you press your fingers to get the different notes. Now the pieces of wire which go across here are called frets, and what they do is divide up the fingerboard into different notes. As you'll hear, you play the different frets and you get a different sound. The other part of an acoustic guitar is the sound hole, which is the hole here, which just allows the reverberations to sort of go around the body of the guitar. So the electric guitar has largely the same parts. You've got the body, the neck, you've got the headstock, you have tuners. So these are slightly different design, but all guitars will have some form of tuners which allow you to change the pitch of the strings. It's got the nut, fingerboard, frets. This guitar's got the fret markers, which basically marks the different numbers of frets, so it allows you to know where you are when you're playing the guitar. Obviously the main difference with an electric versus an acoustic is that it has electronic components. Now these three things that you see here, they don't always look the same on every electric guitar, but all electric guitars will have them, and they are called pickups. They come in all sorts of different shapes and sizes and different sounds. So you'll learn about all this as you get more and more into playing the guitar. So you have pickups, which are what transfers the vibrations of the strings into an electronic signal which comes out of the amplifier. You've got the controls. So this switch here, usually if you've got more than one pickup, you'll have some form of means to switch between the different pickups. So you have a selector switch, and then you have the knobs. You'll always have a volume knob, and then you have tone knobs, which will control the tonal qualities of each pickup. Then you have the input jack, which is where you put your lead when you plug it into the amplifier. You'll notice that the bridge on this type of guitar has this bar on it here. Now this is called a tremolo system, and that means when you strum the strings and you manipulate this bar, it changes the pitch of the strings, it sort of modulates it. So hopefully now you'll have an idea of the different types of guitar and all the different components on the guitar, so that when you watch my guitar lessons in future, you'll have an idea of what I'm talking about when I use certain terms. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for more beginner, intermediate, advanced guitar lessons. I shall see you again soon. Take care. Goodbye.